down to there. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do I diagonal again? I do. Okay, diagonal again until I get to like there. Cody says, is it the type where all 2,000 people have a time limit to make a choice simultaneously? Or yeah, I mean, it will have to be simultaneous turns. If it's, I mean, if it's more than 4 people, you're gonna start putting in simultaneous turns. But there'll be like steps, I guess. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then diagonal. Cody says, I just wonder how you can keep simplicity within simultaneous turns, since you have to have a system where you can make reactionary choices. Well, I mean, the game mechanics will have to be modified. So like in Monopoly, there's auctions, for example. You can, like, I think the rules are, if you step on a tile and you don't want to buy it, you have to auction it. I think those are the original rules. So the auctions will have to be really simplified. You can't actually have 1,000 people each making an offer at the same time. You'd have to, like, if you have auctions, it would be like one offer, and whoever makes the biggest offer gets it, and it's just once. Or, you know, you have to maybe take out the auctions. So you're right, there'll have to be less negotiating one-on-one. Or the system will have to be optimized for like large-scale auctions, for example. I think if like when one person loses, you have to auction all their property as well, isn't that right? So I guess you have to modify that too. Maybe you just liquidate all their properties and not auction them off, but just kind of put them back in the game. So yeah, I mean, there'll be modifications. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. (11, 12, 13, 14). I mean, the way... Now that we're talking about it, I think it's mostly an anti-power fantasy. It's like a powerlessness fantasy, where you can't actually do anything major on your own in the game. Because it's kind of weird, right? Because an MMO, now that I think about it, yeah, no, this was my complaint with Elder Scrolls Online when I first played it. It's like, despite you being one of at least hundreds of people in this world at the same time, the story is still written as though you're the Dragonborn or the one... It is, that's right, Cody, it's written as a single player game. Which was the weirdest thing, and I was like even I'm disagreeing with that, and I usually like single player Elder Scrolls games, right? The reason MMOs started that was because it wasn't plausible to keep making MMOs where people have to work as a group for everything, which you hate, but it's mostly true. Maybe it's just because the group activities are too complicated. I mean, if you ask 30 people to go on a 4-hour boss fight, it's a lot to ask, you know what I mean? Whereas if you ask 100 people, spend like a minute doing one thing together, maybe that's more plausible. But of course, MMOs, they basically want to suck you in to make you spend more money. I'm not sure, Cody. I'm not sure what a good answer is. Cody says, I guess that could work, but that's just saying mobile games. But mobile games... Yeah. Yes. It is, I mean, it is casual in that way. But I don't see that many mobile games that are massively multiplayer. Like, you make a... Yeah, you spend a minute playing a day, a mobile game, but you're not like... That minute is not spent cooperating with other people. But you're right, it is quite casual, what I'm imagining. Wesley says sorry to interrupt the discussion, but do you remember which side the gold and iron are on? I believe it's gold on the left, iron on the right, but I might be wrong. Go. Oh, which left? Hold on, which left and which right? So coming from the station. I don't remember, Wesley. Let me go double check. I believe coming from the station, it's gold on the left, iron from the right, but I might be wrong. Cody says mobile games have no real face-to-face real connection, but what I'm talking about is you'll be working cooperatively on a task. Like you won't, maybe you don't communicate with other people directly, but you're all affecting the same game world. A lot of mobile games I see is like you build your own base, and then maybe you fight someone else every now and then. Talking about Clash of Clans or something like that, I guess. Wait a minute, this track is not... Wait, it's not paved? Hey, am I tripping out or is this track not paved? I thought we did pave this. We paved it up to there. Yeah, no, I think, like... Wasn't that the day we had so much lag? Probably, Wesley. It's probably lag. I think even just a bit more than a scoreboard would be interesting, Cody. Alright, let me keep flying this way. Hey, this reminds me. What a giant project we're building, Wesley. Do you remember how big this thing is? It's huge. This is a massive, massive train network. This tunnel is pretty much the biggest thing you've ever done in Minecraft, says Wesley. Well, we are doing something much, much bigger. The thing is, Cody, a scoreboard, there's no creativity in a scoreboard. I mean, it just goes up and down, right? Am I going in the right direction? I don't even know if I'm going in the right direction. Jungle... Wait a minute. No, I'm going... Okay, we're going up this way, because the jungle is at the very left edge of the map. No, but I talked about Pictionary, right, Cody? A massively multiplayer Pictionary where you each have a pixel to draw on a board. So your interaction is one pixel, but you, like, all the 2,000 people end up on the same picture. your interaction, like each round, your interaction is literally just one pixel. But it's more interesting than a scoreboard because at the end you end up with a cooperative drawing, and I mean, it could be successful or it could be a wild failure where you fail to draw something. Okay, coming from the station, gold is on the left, iron is on the right. Alright, I knew I remembered that. But like we're saying, Cody, it's like life. Basically, like, each person has very little impact individually. And to make anything happen, it has to be a lot of people doing a lot of little things. Alright, now to make my way all the way back out to where we're working. I guess I should, like, finish paving that branch that was unpaved. You know, I actually have no idea where I am. I think I need to go down this way. Yeah, no, this way. So it was the spawn station, wherever that was. Spawn is 4-1. Okay, there's the spawn stuff. Okay, let me pave this stuff. I thought we'd finished this, but I guess we didn't. I mean, in multiplayer competitive games, just trying to think. The Battle Royale, eventually you end up in a single player game, right? After you kill everybody else. But then that's when it ends. Cody says it reminds me of MMOs these days once again actually. A majority of MMOs have like 100 instances rather than one per meeting zone. Yeah. It's like massively single player sometimes. They all tend to go in the direction of complicated mechanics, but that means you can't have too many simultaneous players. I guess EVE Online is the one of the exceptions. The only problem I have with EVE Online is that the only thing to do is to blow people up. Like there's no there's not that much friendly cooperation in EVE Online. And even EVE Online, when you have several thousand ships in the same system, the servers still like lag, and they have to use time dilation to handle all the people. Basically, just slow the time down in that system. And it's all because like the technology can't handle it because of how complex the interactions is. So yeah, you're right, Cody, that the interactions will have to be very simple for this to work technically. Okay, sheep, get out of here. Cody says, don't get me wrong, I'd love a board game that could be super complicated with 2,000 people, as long as it worked. I don't know if super complicated can work, or at least maybe whoever does this should start with something relatively simple. I mean, what's a bingo? Bingo is like a massively multiplayer. It's not even a game, bingo. You don't even play it. It just happens. Some guy just draws tokens and then somebody wins. I guess a lot of like casino games are quite simple. Bingo can quite easily be massively out multiplayer. PlanetSide? Just turn-based tactics game or something. PlanetSide. Let me look that up. let me just planet side. I'll consider it in more detail in my own time. Let me just open that up.